Hello, my name is Linda Langeheine and welcome to my channel. Years ago, in the 80s, I began researching mental practice for musicians, but it was impossible to find books on the subject. So I used sports psychology and self-experimentation to develop a methodology. After teaching these skills to students of a school of music, I decided to write down the information for all to profit from. The book is called Üben mit Köpfchen, which, in essence, means practice in your head. Today, I'd like to give you a short introduction to get you started on mental practice. How mental practice works. Even though your brain knows that you're only visualizing the actions in your head, rather than performing it in reality, it construes the mental actions in a way that is similar but not identical to the way it would have interpreted them if you had actually performed them. In one of many studies, participants who mentally practiced a 5-finger sequence on an imaginary piano for 2 hours a day had the same neurological changes and reduction in mistakes as active practicers. When mental practice sessions are regularly interspersed throughout the physically active session, the learning curve is accelerated. Mental practice is a valuable tool for optimizing existing motor skill sets once core competencies have been mastered. Experienced players tend to benefit more from mentally practicing their skills than beginners, because beginners are often not familiar enough with the skills that they want to practice in order to construct an accurate mental representation of them. However, musicians of every skill level can derive benefits from using mental practice strategies. How to use mental practice. Anytime you go through the motions of a necessary action in your head, you're mentally practicing that skill. Alternating between mental and physical playing is the key to building a strong musical memory, where mental representations are as clearly perceived as their physical counterparts. You can also conduct some mental practice right before a performance in order to envision the specific pieces that you will perform. Doing this can help you prepare yourself mentally before the main event and can also help you calm your nerves and relieve your anxiety. I'd like to offer some guidelines for mental practice to get you started. 1. Relax. Close your eyes. Focus your attention solely on your breathing for about a minute. Breathe in slowly and fully through your nose, feeling the pleasant coolness of the air in your nostrils. Then breathe out slowly through your mouth. This is a good time to do a total body scan for tension. Check your head and facial muscles, jaws, shoulders, neck, body, clear down to your toes. Let any tension you find just melt away. Imagine the tension flowing out of the body each time you exhale. 2. Expand your focus to your music. Look at the notes from your chosen passage and imagine playing the section. What do you feel? Can you feel your fingers, your arms, shoulders, lungs, throat, mouth, etc.? Observe how vividly you can mentally recall the kinesthetic elements involved in playing your instrument. Hear the passage in your head. Can you hear exactly the way it sounds? Concentrate on the motions that produce the sounds and effects you want as you go through the music, note by note. When visualizing, you should recall the sounds and feelings of playing well, making the mental sequence more vivid. This is what you want to achieve. 3. Play the passage on the instrument. Now, if possible, play or sing the passage actively. Pay intensive attention to how the kinesthetic elements feel. Please do not judge this playthrough as good or bad. It is just feedback. Go ahead and repeat the passage several times more. If you hear or see yourself playing something that isn't as you want, stop. Move your attention to a place before the mistake relax again. Start from that point in your mind, moving slowly forward at a speed you can control. Repeat this process several times, just as you would in real practice, until you have a perfect concept of the passage. Increase the speed in your mind bit by bit, being aware of any unnecessary increase in tension. 4. Repeat steps 1 to 4 for several minutes. 5. Alternate between mental rehearsal and active practice. 6. Now try practicing the passage mentally with your eyes closed. It is possible, although not recommended, to play actively and think about something else, perhaps your shopping list or whatever. It is not possible to do this in mental practice. You need your full attention, so being mentally tired would prevent you from fully engaging in the practice. When to do mental practice? If you are without your instrument, shift your attention to inside your head, hearing whatever you are working on, seeing and feeling your fingers play the notes, trying out different fingerings or bowings, experimenting with position changes and finger pressures, correcting mistakes, rehearsing your breathing, all in your head. At the end of the day, you'll have spent an hour or two going over the things you had already spent your active practice time working on. This video gives you an idea of how to begin or improve your mental practice. Many musicians cannot believe that just sitting and doing nothing will lead to success. But it will. You're not doing nothing. Try 1 or 2 short sessions each day to get started. Once you begin noticing the improvement in your practice quality, you will be willing to do more. And you can always practice in your mind during boring lectures or during bus or train rides. It might be advisable to use headphones to stop noise from distracting you. Please watch my video on intermediate mental practice and also mental training for performance preparation. Thank you for stopping by.